And there's another fraudulent event. Look at it from 1724. The far right price says 150.35. 150.35 on the dollar yen. And then the trade on the platform, that trade was closed out at, to the far right above negative 85 cents, shows 0124.37. And the other one closed out at the time of 0124.37. That's actually the time that's the same as 5:24 Eastern time in 37 seconds. And that actual trade I closed out was the dollar yen sell, because I knew it was going to buy. That's why I still got another buy. I had to enter in again later. And it was at $0.00. And then they flipped it and put the buy at $0.00 instead of letting that trade be my other trade that was still open anyway. Then they charged commission on the sell, and they try to avoid charging commission. I mean, not commission. They try to swap on the sell. And see how the screen moved by itself? I ain't even touch it. This screen right there. So that's like somebody either hacking into it or they're doing conspiracy manipulation on people's accounts to extort money out of people. So anyway, look, 150.35, and then the price, that was the same price it closed at. But look, they said it closed at, to the far right, it says 150, to the far left, right beside the arrow, 150.52. When at that time at 5:24, like I said, right at the bottom of the screen, see at the bottom of the screen, it says 17:24. That's military time, or I guess the military time or whatever. 5:24 p.m. And at that time, the low and the high, it didn't even go above 150.36, but 150.36. So the trade shows on there, it closed out at 150.525. So that's another thing that I could tell you that's fraudulent right there. So then, as you see, I re-entered the trade in again at 150.37 because I knew it was going to buy back up. And I had to re-enter the trade because they wanted to close people's trades at, to the far right of that one, right there, at the time on there, it says 2023 11, November 15th, at 0124.37. That's around 5:24. So when they closed that one, I was like, all right, fine, I'm going to go ahead and jump back in to buy. And like I was saying, at that time, you can see the price was right around the same time at 150.379. And that's the same time around 5:24. One to the far right, look, 150.345. And the same entry, 150.379. It's found the same entry. So that's conspiracy or inside trading right there against the companies that's doing that to people's accounts. Because I didn't close out the sell with a negative. It was on $0.00. Then the buy was negative 85 cents. That's right there. And they switched it on there and then closed out the trade anyway. And see, it's at the exact same time. So that's another thing. You see those two at the top, the exact same time. 012437. 012437. So that's, again, to show you that I didn't do that. They did that. And on top of that, it wasn't even at the price of where it says 150.525. It wasn't even at that price. It was at 150.34. So that shows that it was like 20 points off at that time. And that wasn't near the 5 p.m. swap. That was like 24 minutes later. So the market wasn't even swinging that direction. So that's another thing on that end. So, and then as you see, look what it did. It sold right in the bar, right around that area, retraced right back to that area where I called it. Then look, the lowest wick there, right there again, and then it bought up like I already called. So that was my trade call. Anyway, they hate on it. Whatever, that's how it is.